So some people talk about reinventing the wheel. That's not what we're doing here. We are inventing the sphere.
Please welcome to the virtual stage improvisers Cindy Tonkin, Jim Fishwick, and the ringmaster Julie Trell.
Woohoo! Hello. How's Sparkfest going? How many events have you been to? Throw it in the chat. Before I go on, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on who I am, and I'm going to introduce myself a little differently and what I've actually been doing as of recent. If you want to know what I do, check out my LinkedIn. But this is a little bit about who I am, visible and invisible, real quick. I am a white, American, cisgendered, privileged woman learning and practicing daily on decolonizing myself. My pronouns are Hershey, which is also the name of my chocolate spoodle puppy who's upstairs barking, and she may make an appearance. I live on the unceded lands of the Gadigal people and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. Serendipity, flip-flops, and a love letter to Mary Poppins is what brought me here to Australia. I'm a cycle breaker, a rule breaker in my family of origin. I'm here to listen, synthesize, and then amplify the conditions of this world to dream a new way into being. I stand for humanity and equity, and I am using my sacred rage to open doors for the underestimated and to transform inequalities through play and the other AI, which I called applied improv. All right, how about that? You ready for this? So what we are doing here is we're calling it PowerPoint Roulette Startup Version. We have in front of you the future unicorns, the most incredible founders that have never met each other, that have never worked together, but they are going to pitch you the most incredible startup you have ever seen and you have ever engaged in. All right, the audience participation, and we need some suggestions. This is how it works in improv. Can you share some of your pet peeves? Bad manners, mosquitoes, Australian politicians. I am going to do the slow walkers. So we're going to take the pet peeve of slow walkers. Your company is solving this problem. Now, I also want to take, someone said, who is the audience that they're pitching to? Or investors. I see investors. All right. These founders have not seen these slides, but they are going to pitch you the most incredible startup you have ever seen. Let's see if I can.
Absolutely. I'm so stoked to be here. I'm just really grateful to have this opportunity to present what we've been working on to you all, because we're excited about.
We haven't slept for like 3 days, honestly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am out of coffee.
It's like showered in the bathroom, anyway. Yeah, great to be here.
It's great to be here. So there's something that unites us all. I think, you know, it's been a tough 2 years. We're going out and about in the world, and we're starting to reconnect with the things that we had before we had this big pause. Isn't that right, Cindy?
That's right.
And that can be a major source of frustration. It makes you want to bang your head against the wall.
It does. And then the numbers hit you if you look carefully.
Sometimes the numbers hit you, sometimes you hit the numbers.
And then if they hit you back, then you need to say, exponential growth in old people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's all sorts of people out there in the world, and we've got to learn to deal with this frustration of the minor inconveniences that we're not used to. There are some things that you just don't encounter when you're in your home.
And if you have ever felt that just sometimes you have to give up and stop walking because of people who are walking, or animals too, animals, slow walking animals, then we have the product for you.
Absolutely. We've been developing an exciting new technology. It's got all sorts of integrations. Did someone say blockchain? I don't know if they did, but how does it work? What is the technological underpinning of this device? I think this next slide will be able to clear it up. It's a circle. It's a circle. Are we sorry, I just want to touch back on that circle again for a second there, please. We can go backwards, please. Yeah, absolutely. So some people talk about reinventing the wheel. That's not what we're doing here. We are inventing the sphere.
While making some walk slow, will make others walk fast.
Exactly. What this represents is the technology that people have at the moment of walking around is spheres. What we're proposing is a banana taped to a wall with a duck on it. What you see there, 2 tiny little legs, 1 big curvy body. If you fall over on a curvy body, you roll, you bounce back up again, you're back on your legs. Continuous perpetual motion. They said it couldn't be done.
No. And this is duct tape. But we could use duct tape as well, and then it would even be funnier.
It would be, nothing's funnier than slipping on a banana peel, except slipping, falling, rolling up, back on your legs, perpetual motion.
Slow walking.
Now, who's our target audience for this? Now, there's a very clear solution to this, which is on the next slide.
Yes.
Cindy, if you'd like to speak to this, please.
Look, what I want you to pay attention to here is how much yellow is in the picture, because that's the banana. And the banana is what slides you into a profitable market in about 18 months if we play it right. Now, the important thing is that you as investors get a sense of smooth going. And we are not WeWork. We are not 89 billion down to nothing.
No.
We're kind of more, give us money and we will make you happy.
Absolutely. You can see here that the green represents the pump, the force of pumping your legs. The yellow, like we said, the banana, the gain, the amount of time you gain, the lightness of being that you have as you're able to float through the world in all these different directions. And the mirror is you being able to reflect on the time that you have gained. And there's one sort of...
Just notice the sphere is there too.
Yes, we said.
Because it's the minimum viable product.
Yes, but this isn't just about individual gain. This is about social good, social impact. And this one final slide has sort of the whole message that we'd like to convey.
You can become whoever you want to be if you invest in our product, Slow Walkers.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. Woo! All right. That was excellent. We have a little bit of time for the investors to ask maybe a question or two. Can we take someone from the audience? We have a question from Dan. Who's your team? Do you want to talk a little bit about your team?
Oh, there's so many people that we'd like to thank. First of all, I'd like to thank Jim's mum and my dad. Because honestly, without them, who would eat?
Yes.
Yeah, and also because garage and with a network garage situation going on. Tim, Jim, maybe you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Missions?
Yeah, there's one recognition in particular I'd like to give, which is to the various rugby teams in the NRL league who've been able to really help us with this idea of pushing and working with other people, creating scrums, moving, because so much irritation in life is about feeling like you've got a boot on your neck that someone else is snapping down you, and this is our way of helping people. You can be the boot on someone else's neck. You can be pushing people out of the way as you try to get on with what you're doing. So I would really like to thank them for their support.
Yeah, you have some support. That the secret sauce is definitely in the team. And one more question I see from Megan. What is the ROI on the duck banana investment?
Oh, look, it's essentially exponential.
Yes.
You give us $1, we'll give you a graph.
Yeah.
And that graph would be great.
It looks like a duck, but really it's a form of profit foie gras. You feed the banana profit back into the duck, and then you're able to take that and reinvest it. And it just, once again, round and round, we've invented the sphere.
And you can eat it at the end.
Excellent. And final question before we go on to our next team company. What was the company's name?
We're very happy with this. Yeah, would you like to say it, Sydney, or should I?
Can we say it together on Zoom? Will that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm thinking it's
Avia Vasna. That's good. That's a good one. I don't think the URL has been taken.
No.
So
awesome. We've got the .com.
Awesome. Fantastic. Give them a round of applause. Awesome. You have a couple of investors ready to invest in you. So I think this is going to be the next